This sounds good, especially if you want to meditate. This is some good positive music. I would suggest many of you to listen to. It's supernatural brainwave power. Okay, that's what it's called. See? Hey family. I decided to do a quick little video. Anytime the spirit puts something on my mind to talk about, okay, I like to speak on it. Hope all is well with many of you. I'm sure it is. Anyway, I I remember a while back I was reading in the Word, right? And whatever you hear, okay, I speak from my experience, my testimony, as well as I do give an opinion, my opinion, and we all have a right to our opinion, okay? We're not living in a communist country to where you don't have the free will to, speak from the perspective of your opinion, okay? I value all feedback when it comes to my videos. It's just a matter of being respectful, especially if you're in your heart space. Should nobody really come off sideways, It's like, let's agree to disagree. But this is my take on it from a spiritual perspective. I remember when I was reading the Word, and I believe a disciple had asked Yeshua something about the kingdom of God. Okay, I don't know if they said, you know, what is the kingdom of God is like. They were just asking him questions about the kingdom, right? And he said, Jesus, many know him as Jesus or Yeshua. Okay, he said the kingdom of God is like agitation and rest. Okay, and we all know what agitation is, and we know what rest is. But it didn't make no sense to me. Like a lot of things before, it didn't make no sense to me. But by me coming to my, you know, by me going through a spiritual awakening and my gifts coming out of it, okay? Or it has quickened my spirit, as far as me tapping into my gifts. I understand it now, okay? The metaphor of that. The kingdom of God is like agitation and rest. I forgot who he had said it to, but he had said it to one of his disciples. They had asked him a question. I want to give some good examples, family. If you have ears to hear, it's like another metaphor, but just trying to give many of you some good examples. I think about earthquakes, eruption. What comes to mind? Eruption, agitation. Purification, change. A little shake up, agitation, due to the eruption in one's life. It can be chaos in one's life, but what comes to me is agitation. Let me see, eruption, purification, and change. The agitation part is the eruption, the lava, the purification. and what comes out of it change. Okay? And it's like whatever the lava touched, it disintegrated, but there was a rebirth in this change. Follow me. The land was being purified, even though the grass died, the trees died. You can physically see this change. To some eyes, it's a beautiful change. To some eyes, it's not. It depends on one how they perceive this change while they're looking at it. But to most eyes, they see it as something beautiful. They're seeing purification right before their eyes. Out of this agitation, out of this eruption. Because they know on the other side, there's going to be rebirth. Okay? Once after the purification process, eventually life will restart. Okay? I'm just pretty much trying to give you this from a different perspective when it comes to agitation. That's all. Because people do rebuild. Okay? They do eventually rebuild. Out of the change, there's rebirth. If you look at it from the perspective of spiritual, okay? Many people do be scarred on the outer side, on the outer appearance. They can be scarred. They can also be scarred, in their inwardly, okay? But through the process, there's a rebirth, a spiritual, okay? Everybody is affected differently. Agitation and rest. The rest is the process. During that process, it's like peace and healing taking place. All of this had pretty much popped up in my spirit a couple of months back. I was just sharing it because it's like I had an aha moment, and to change the subject, I thought about, having a lot of people don't like going in the darkness. There has been times I would be dreaming, and then I would, for whatever reason, I would see myself going in a cave, a dark cave, or going inside this closet in this dark space. And I'm like, why am I here? Why am I here in this space? Why? I don't want to be in this space. I don't like being in a space to where I cannot see what's around me, what's coming. Okay? I don't like this. A lot of times the darkness be so great while I am in this space, okay? This is when I'm dreaming, okay? And what comes out of it is, are you going to conform to that space? Are you going to keep complaining and conform, or find yourself conforming to that space? Okay? Or are you going to do something about it? It's pretty much the renewing of the mind, okay? It's how you view being in that space. When we renew our mind and flip, instead of seeing the problem, seeing it as a problem, you know, think about the solution instead of the problem. Well, one solution could possibly be you have a light inside of you. Instead of conforming to that space, instead of sitting in that space complaining, how about you change the atmosphere? How about you expand your light so then you can see what's around you? The darkness is going to be around you, okay? Just that dark melon is going to be around you, okay? But while you're in the space, are you going to conform to it? Or are you going to expand your light so you can navigate safely, navigate peacefully, navigate from all the distractions and from all the pitfalls that in that dark space that could possibly try to sabotage you? It's pretty much what you're going to do about it while you're in that dark space. Instead of complaining, like a job or any situation that you may find yourself in, instead of complaining about it, what are you going to do about it? A lot of times we're being tested. When I was working in my last job, I couldn't really see that. But my mindset now is different from the mindset I had then. Okay? Because I do remember a lot of those who had that positive mindset, people didn't really care for being around them. They'll speak to them, but they didn't really care for hanging around them. The individual light was too bright. I would observe and notice this. I've always been like a bubbly individual, but there were still things about me that wasn't right. But the fact that the individual was so bubbly and positive and not so much just bubbly, the person was very spiritual and their light was bright. And the fact that they were like that, even though I had love for that person, I still didn't want to be around them like that. Okay, so that should tell you something. For some reason, it seems like all the fun is over here on this side where people, you know, don't care for the light, if you know what I mean. They want to be hidden in the shadows and have fun and do their thing, and they don't want to be exposed. Okay, they don't want to be exposed. But then when an individual come around that's full of light, that's inside of them, they see them coming, all of a sudden they change their demeanor. Why should you have to change your demeanor around them? Just be. If you get to where you have to change to conform, and put the mask on when individuals come around and they don't really see the real you, well, you're not being true to thyself. And actually, that's a good sign that person, their light, is doing something with you, because if you are that individual, oh, and how great that darkness is, but it happened to the best of us. If you are that individual that don't care for the other individual light, and you feel the need to hurry and put on a smile, hey, when they come around, just do what it takes while they're around. Then you can't wait for them to leave so you can go back to conforming to your old ways. See, we've all been there and we've all done that. We all can relate to that. It doesn't mean you don't have love for the individual, but the mindset is different. The vibration is different. Birds together, flock together. And it doesn't mean that you all have to be on the same page as far as into the same things, but the fact that you like to be in the shadows. It's a lot of distraction goes on in the shadow. There's a whole lot of things that goes on in the shadow. And these are individuals who don't want to be exposed. They don't want to expand their light because all of a sudden the fun stops. And really the fun does not stop but to them. Oh, that straight path. Oh, that old, I want to have me some fun. Life is short. I'm going to have me some fun, but do me. Do you, but by the grace of the Most High God. For His grace is sufficient. Pray that while you're doing you, okay? Pray He's giving you time to do you so you can come out of that, renew your mind, and expand your light. Come out of conforming to the darkness, come out of conforming to being in the shadows, and you want to be in the light, okay? So you too can have a rebirth moment. Because the shadows is pretty much agitation. You know what I'm talking about, family? There's always something going on in the shadow. Agitation, agitation, drama, drama, drama. The young and the restless. It's always something going on when it comes to the agitation. But it has its place. It has its place. And we've all been there. Please know that. I didn't get here overnight. We've all been there. But there must be agitation and rest. Purification, rebirth, transformation. Some people get to that place sooner than others, and some choose not to. It is their choice. It is their life path. It is their free will. Everybody's not going to see eye to eye on everything, and that's okay. You can still be in your heart space and say, I love you from where you are. You don't have to close your heart up to people. Just be like, I love you from where you are. And you don't have to say that. Inwardly acknowledge it. I love them from where they are. But you're not hardening your heart to anybody. Okay? Because that's not a sign of change. One must get to the place of opening their heart. Okay? You don't have to be a fool and go back to somebody who abused you. Oh, no, 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 no. But if you want to cut those cords, that hole that person had on you, okay, you need to do some spiritual work and go within yourself and say, I love you, I forgive you, I thank you for the lesson, and visualize yourself cutting those cords, okay? And be like, I love you from where you are, okay? Thank you for the lesson. Cut those cords to free yourself. And also, I forgive you. That's for you, okay? That's part of cutting those cords. I forgive you so you can move on. That person no longer has a hold on you. There must be agitation and rest, okay? Which produce purification and change, transformation, rebirth. I know I said a whole lot, but I know many of you cut that bone. Whatever I speak about, please know I'm exercising it daily, okay? It's a daily thing. The Most High God give us our daily bread, okay? And it can really fill you up if you receive it. I love you. I thank you for your love and supporting my channel. And yeah, all is well. Make sure you not only pray, but practice meditation daily. Early in the morning before you wake up, at night, when you, well, I would say meditate during the day also. Pick a time during, well, I'm going to say day and evening. Whatever time is good for you, okay? Always set your attention when you meditate, okay? One of my favorites is, knowledge of self. I don't care about what's going on with other people, okay? When I close my eyes and I shut this world out, it's just me and God, okay? I want to know knowledge of self, okay? I want to know about current, all right? So I can get those answers.
Mom, can I play my game at 10 o'clock?
Time for me to hold on. It's time for me to go. Peace and love to you, and bye for now. And get those answers, and they will come to you, all right? They will come to you. Eventually, you'll have an aha moment, but they will come to you. Find out whose you are, okay? Don't worry about nobody else. It's all about you. Within yourself, get those answers. Peace. And keep doing it until you have a breakthrough. Okay?